Hello and welcome, dear viewers, to Around Kuwait. I'm your host, Sarah Al-baker. Around Kuwait will be sharing with you everything around Kuwait with friends, exhibitions, and much more. And also today we're gonna have two special guests. So hello and welcome, Abdul Latif.
Hello and welcome, Sarah, and hello and welcome for you, our viewers. I hope that you're having a nice day. And today we have actually a special episode. We're going to share with you a really inspiring two stories, but after the short break, so stay tuned, our viewers.
We came back to viewers, and now we're gonna have not only one guest but two guests. They recently were into something we talked about. Mr. Mish'al Al-Fadji, and he's a chairman of the World Boxing Council in Kuwait, and also Mr. Adnan Al-Qazwini. He's a winner of and the champion actually in the Fight Night 3 championship. So please welcome with me both guests. So hello and welcome.
Hello, hi. Thank you for having us, and we're very happy to be here.
Yes, and we are so glad to have you both, Mr. Mish'al and Mr. Adnan. I need to say something really special before we start the question for today, because I'm so glad that we have two main reasons to have one of the most remarkable initiatives here in Kuwait, which is the Fight Night 3, hosting it here in Kuwait. It was a remarkable accomplishment for us. So as the president of the WBC, World Boxing Council of Kuwait, Mr. Mish'al, thank you for hosting it. Thank you for this remarkable organization to have it here in Kuwait.
You're welcome. I'm very happy that you loved it. I am happy that the audience enjoyed it. It was an amazing show.
It was.
And it ended it with an amazing knockout, which I'm very happy. It went all over the world. Everybody knows it, and we are showing talents. That's what we're about. So
Yes, that's what
amazing.
makes it remarkable, yeah.
So we have a champion here, Adnan. So how actually you felt after you won the Fight Night actually 3?
First of all, thank you for having me here today.
You're welcome.
It was an amazing feeling, actually. I really enjoyed it, and it was unforgettable night for me. So I can't describe it.
Was it hard on you, or maybe was it challenging that night?
Of course, like any other boxer, in this sport, there will be some challenges, how to deal with the stress or fear, but I come over it.
You felt so proud of yourself, let's say.
Yes, as we are
For
proud
sure.
of him. And also the president, before we start the interview, he actually mentioned a couple of times that what he's mainly proud of and happy about, Mr. Mish'al, was that Mr. Adnan, in a knockout, having this belt, this remarkable belt, yes?
Exactly.
our Middle East champions.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah.
So, can you tell us exactly, Mr. Mish'al, what's the main purpose of the WBC, World Boxing Council here in Kuwait?
So WBC is an organization in more than 167 countries. We have numerous of champions. The organization has more than 50 years. So we got champions like Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali Clay. As I mentioned it in many interviews, we have a lot of famous people.
Celebrities, exactly.
Yes. So what we think is, and Mauricio Suleiman, which is the president of WBC, his dream and his father's dream was to create a champion coming out from Arabian countries, which is Middle East or Gulf countries, because his origin is from Lebanon. And he moved in 1962 or something like that to Mexico, and they established there, and they organized the organization, and that's where they started. And today they have a lot of people that are like, the legends and the stars. Like in football, you have Cristiano Ronaldo,
And
Messi, Ronaldinho, and all those guys. So we believe there's a lot of talents in Kuwait and in Middle East in general that can come up with such an amazing show, and there's a bright future. And this is the reason WBC is in Kuwait. WBC is not only in Kuwait, WBC collaborates with a lot of countries in the Middle East. There's a lot of shows in Dubai, Abu Dhabi. Recently, on the 28th of October, Sheikh Turki Al-Ali, sorry, I don't want to say it the wrong way.
It's okay.
But he hosted Riyadh opening season.
Yes.
And it was with our organization, WBC title for Riyadh. It was Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou, who is the baddest man in the planet. And it was an amazing, successful event. So, like I said, we are everywhere. And the idea is not just to host events, is to create future talents and give them the opportunity and use the platform for them to shine.
Exactly. So for the future, like the brighter future.
Yes, that's what actually makes it even more remarkable that you are
Yes.
trying to shine the light on them, trying to maybe, let's say, adopt their talent, trying to grow it as possible as you can, because this is what actually makes it even more significant. So the next question is actually for
Sure.
Adnan. Yeah.
For Adnan, so as you are a champion now, we'd like from you to share some insight into your journey that helped you to become like a champion.
First of all, having a team like Smash Boxing team with my coach Walid Malallah helped me a lot in my journey and improved my skills. He improved my confidence in myself and all the other people in the gym. They are all my friend and family also, not only friends. So we worked together many years and we always like to compete. So big thanks to Mish'al Fadji for doing such an organization like KSP and WBC. So we can show what Middle East have.
What Middle East have,
Yes,
and exactly. And this is actually what we did, is that we have really great talents, even if it was in martial arts, the UFC or the boxing, or
Yes.
even with Muay Thai.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that's why, Mr. Adnan, you are surrounded actually by positive and supporting actually group, as you mentioned. That's really great.
That's actually one of the reasons. Also, when you have a talent and you see the world against you, sometimes that's actually push you under the influence a little bit.
Exactly.
But when you go and when you have these types of family, that not only your friends or teammates, a family that can support you, will cheer you up. I mean, this actually will contribute on having a significant accomplishment as you did right now. So the next question also for Mr. Mish'al, how has the WBC influenced the world of boxing?
How does the WBC influence the world of boxing? WBC is an organization that serves people. I had this conversation with Mauricio Suleiman in Thailand over dinner, and we were sitting at an amazing 5-star hotel, and I said to him, so what is WBC? What do you guys really provide? He says, we are a service organization. We create opportunities for those who are really in need. We support people that are amazing athletes, and we give them the platform, and we let them grow and shine. So this is the purpose of WBC, is to be always supportive in every aspect they can.
That's actually beautiful, because so mainly it's an organization that trying to make the dreams come true in a world of boxing.
Yes.
This is the short
And
story
they
about it.
support the athletes, they care about their health, they care about their well awareness, and they make sure that, they're there for everybody.
Exactly, and thank you for that.
Thank you for that. So for everybody, as you mentioned, Mr. Mish'al. So Mr. Adnan, I'm pretty sure you faced too many challenges while you have the championship, let's say. So could you please share with us some of the challenges you faced?
If you mean in the championship itself?
Yes.
So basically, like I said, the fear of failing or stress, but the most challenging was that all my teammates, Hassan and Noor and Fadi, all my teammates, their matches was before me. So all of them won, alhamdulillah. So I felt like I have a big pressure on me. So
Yes.
I should finish it with a win also. So that was the big pressure. And once you enter the ring and the bell rang, all the stress go away.
That's amazing. So let's talk about the practicing. Actually, you practice a lot for sure before the championship. Also,
Definitely.
that's really challenging for you and it's exhausting, isn't it?
Of course, always, the training is harder for me than the match.
It has to be, yeah.
Because we have always a quote, we say it in the gym, train hard, fight easy. There's
Train
no other
hard,
way.
fight easy.
There's no
Because-
other way. You should always, the coach and everyone in the gym, they are pushing you to the limit. So you don't get in trouble in the match itself. In
because
the
of the
championship.
because of the lack of training. That's actually
Exactly.
a new saying. I didn't hear about, even though that I go into the gym, but I don't actually go for boxing or any types of martial arts fights. But that's actually really good saying.
For me, going to the gym, hitting weights, and the championship during the preparation is like an off day.
That's actually like
An
another
off
thing.
day for me because sprints, we have sprints, and our heart rate always
Raising up.
raising up. Yes, so that's why it's harder.
It's
for me.
harder, but
Boxing
what
training
makes
hard.
it actually easier for you because you have like a supportive group
Yes.
around you that pull you up actually.
For sure, without them, I wouldn't be a champion today.
Exactly.
Maybe you would, but it will be way harder. So the next question also for you, Mr. Mishal. Can you explain the significance of Fight Night 3 to the world of sports?
So, Fight Night 3, as well as I am the WBC president, I am the KSP chairman, which is Kuwait Sports Promotions. This is a company that we created here to promote sports. And KSP was an opportunity, it's like the key to get to the WBC world. And this is what we're working on. And Fight Night 3 was the third fight in Kuwait that we've created since 2022, 24th of September, where we hosted our first event. And it was the most successful night we've had since approximately 1 year from the last event. And I think it gave a shine to people and the organization of what we're doing here and what we are really creating. And we showcase the world, the kind of champions that we have and the kind of people that, you know, we can create in the future. And the sponsors, how they were worried about this whole combat sports too. And once they came on board and they've seen it and they've seen the event, they loved it and they said, this is something new. This is something we haven't seen in Kuwait. Everybody hears about boxing, but when you hear boxing, it's Muhammad Ali Klai.
Yes.
They
Exactly.
didn't know that it is actually available here in Kuwait, and we have such talents, and that's what we do. So
We have such challenges. We have to shed the light on them.
Exactly.
That's amazing. So, Mr. Adnan, I'm pretty sure you have some tricks and tips about how actually you won that fight in the actually Fight 93. Could you please share it with us?
So it's basically our secret with my coach. But we always have a game plan, and we always aiming for what we will do in the
Yes.
ring. He always tell me and teach me also. But it's always can change in the first round or something in the corner. What he tells me is very important. So he sees something we don't see. The coach always sees something we don't see as a fighter. So he tells us what should I do, give me more confidence and tell me what is his weaknesses or what should I do, what is my mistakes. So I gain more confidence in this and we continue to the plan.
You continue with the plan.
Yes. So having these types of strategy will always makes it easier with a harder training, because when my co-host asked you about the training session with you, you were a little bit under stress because it has to be difficult. So yeah, so but with a strategy and with the hard sessions of training, that will make winning the championships way easier than anyone can expect, especially with someone as dedicated as you. But as of the second, not the second question, the question after that is actually for Mr. Mishal. What weight classes were actually featured in the Fight Night 3?
So there was welterweight, lightweight, and middleweight.
Middleweight. Can you maybe explain a little bit for the lightweight?
So lightweight is between 70 and 80 kilos. Well, no, 80. Sorry, it's light heavy, right?
Light-
Yes.
80
So
light
lightweight is 70 down.
Yeah.
Then middleweight is approximately 60 plus.
Yes.
And then you have welterweight are around 50 something.
Yes.
And of course, we have potentials in all of the weight classes, as here for the
Yes.
GCC countries
There's
or
plenty.
Kuwait.
So there's like 52, 55,
Yes.
58. There's 60, 62, 65,
75.
75.
Wow.
So and you go all the way up to heavyweights, light heavyweights, open weights. Open weights are like Abdurrahman Al-Anizi,
Yes.
Tyson Arab, which is the guy that fights at 130, 125 kilograms.
MashaAllah.
That's
That's
amazing.
heavy,
It's
big.
heavy,
Yeah.
It's
But the
called like
heavyweights-
Tyson of Arab, as you mentioned.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's very famous. He's very
Yes.
well known here in Kuwait. He's a Kuwaiti #1 boxer and in Arab countries.
We are so proud of that.
We are, yes.
So, Mr. Adnan, you are a championship and you won like a championship and you are a champion as well.
Yeah.
So, how actually the winning impact your life, your perspective of life and your career as well?
That hard work pays off. This is actually what I feel like finally, that all my hard work and what I did in training, I trusted my coach and everything for a reason, and I get it.
And you got it.
Yes.
That's amazing. You gained the fruit. We can say that.
Yes, we gain the fruit of the hard work.
Exactly. That's amazing.
That's actually really amazing. And I think that your life will never be the same after winning each a championship or after
Yeah.
winning each maybe accomplishments on your life, because sometimes even small milestones that can change a whole of your life and you don't know. Sometimes you don't feel it, sometimes you don't see it. But thank you for your hard work. Thank you on contributing, rising our country's name.
Thank you so much.
It is remarkable. And it's not only counts for you, it actually counts for everyone. And that's what makes it even more beautiful.
Indeed.
And thank you for that. So as for the next question also, what are the rules and regulation that's been governed in the Fight Night 3, Mr. Mishal?
There were boxing rules and there were Muay Thai rules.
So yeah, it was actually been hosted in Muay Thai and boxing, right?
Yes.
At
So
the Fight
two
Night 3.
different combat
Yeah.
sports.
As your main field in boxing, can you tell us in boxing?
So in boxing, there's many rules and regulations. If you want me to open up, we're not gonna finish this program.
Maybe the main ones, because
So,
as in Muay Thai,
boxing, we
yeah.
know we use only hands, and it's very technical. It's all about points and dominating the fight.
Yes.
You have to be very accurate, composure. All this comes to the table, and the rules of boxing are, like I said, there's
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
rules in boxing. You have plenty of them.
Yeah, no, we cannot talk about all of them. But maybe, can you maybe explain if the sometimes the rules can be different from a country to country? Because
No, the rules are
the
one.
same.
No,
All the
they are
same.
one, all the same anywhere in the world. Obviously, in amateur boxing, the referees, for example, they count when the guy gets TKO'd, right? And in professional boxing, no, it's different. They get knocked out, and
Oh, okay.
then that's the end. And
Yes.
the fights in professional boxing last up to 12 rounds, and in normal amateur they last 4 rounds. So yeah.
That's
it's-
amazing. Actually, I have a question, Abdul Latif, that popped up on my mind right now. What about the female, actually, rules and regulation about the
Yeah,
boxing?
see,
It's
this-
really
That's a
different
little bit
from the
sensitive
male.
question.
it's not sensitive because I'm all female and this is what we're looking for.
Oh, that great.
So we wanted Noor Al-Mtairi to fight for us, but unfortunately there's not much females in Kuwait that are willing to compete, and the market is very small.
Yes.
There is a lot of females in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, in Saudi there's in Iran and other countries. But the idea that we have here, there's only one star in boxing, which is Noor Al-Mtairi. And we want her to fight for our next event, inshallah.
We want
Inshallah,
her
she'll
to
be there.
fight, actually,
Yeah.
on behalf of all the female in Kuwait.
Yes, yes. Noura is an amazing example of how women can really perform on the ring and what they can do as Arabian ladies. You know.
Yes.
Yes, because unfortunately there's a typical type of seeing at the Arab ladies that they are not much into fights like boxing and whatever.
Yes.
But
You
that's
have it-
actually what makes it magical. Your efforts on that, trying to spot the light on Noor Mtair and try to make her representing all of the Arabs women, and which makes it even more magical. And thank you for that.
No, thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Adnan, you spoke about, or you shared with us about your tips and tricks about the practicing, the training. We would like to know your moments, actually, of the emotion once you knew actually that you won the championship. Can you please describe with us your emotions back there?
Because it was I won by a knockout. So when he fell, I know that I was the champion. I didn't wait for the referee to tell me that I won or something like by points.
Yes.
But when I see my family, even my mother was there, when I saw them all happy and holding their phone up and capturing me, I was so happy. I can't describe it from my happiness. After the fight, maybe for 2 days, I didn't sleep
Oh, that's
of the
amazing.
adrenaline.
Actually,
You felt thrilled, actually.
yes, because winning a championship like that, having a belt like this one that we have on the middle of the studio, is actually something. It's actually accomplishment that it's not. The impact is not only on you or in your family. As I said from before, it's in a whole community. It's on a whole nation. So that's what makes it. If you know that before you start, there will be much pressure on you, because knowing that winning maybe will be a contribution to rise a whole country's name in a whole in a whole country will be proud of you. So this will be pressure on you, but having it and knowing that, and even though you won, that's what makes it even more beautiful.
Exactly. And also you worked so hard on that. That's why the gaining or winning became really lovely, lovelier than
Yes,
ever be.
of course.
So, as the WBC president, having this organizing these initiatives here in Kuwait must be really magical, and we cannot say thank you enough for that, because it must be something really magical. After finishing the initiative and after finishing the event here in Kuwait, definitely it was a great accomplishment. How did you felt after the success of the event?
I was very happy. I think I cannot express and stress how happy I was to see this guy going back to his home, holding that belt, KSP, Middle East champion, having the WBC medal, and showing what he can do,
Yes.
and having the family and friends scream their hearts off and say, Adnan, 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 you know, that's beautiful, because you know we are used to seeing football and you hear the audience screaming, and this is what we used to hear, right?
Yes.
Yes.
But
Something
when
we
you
got
go
used to.
exactly when you go to a boxing event and you see that atmosphere where people are screaming and shouting and jumping and cheering so hard for one guy, and you see like over 300 people just in a small place, it's tremendous.
It's tremendous. That's
Yes.
amazing.
As it is.
Yes. So, Mr. Adnan, since you are a star of the night now and you are a champion, I would like to get back to the ages, like let's say the childhood or teenage. Once you felt that you want and someday you'll be like a champion, when actually you felt the spark, I want to like enter the field of boxing?
Well, in school, even in school, I was always like to fight.
In the school?
Yes, I had it on me. So I joined football. My mom always wanted me to be an athlete, but she didn't like combat sports. So I went to football, but I always felt like this is not my place.
This is not
This is
your
not
place.
my place, yes. So I saw my coach Instagram and social media that in 2018 that he's giving classes. This is my first time I went there. And he always laugh about me about this. I was all hair like this and no mustache, anything. I was small.
Yes.
So I grew with him, with the team.
That's
So and when I joined the team, I felt like I loved it. I loved to throw hands. I felt like I'm in the right place in the environment. So I continued my journey.
You continued your journey and you found your soul back there.
Yes.
So let's say that your first fight was back when you were a child, let's say like 14
Yeah.
years old, 13 years old?
Yes, in school.
Since the school.
12, 13, 14, always. And I forgot to say also, I joined first at 14 years old for 1 month in MMA.
Okay.
MMA, mixed
Oh,
martial
that's
artist.
great.
Yes, but I didn't like to use my legs. I actually enjoyed wrestling a lot, but I found that boxing is much more for me.
Yes.
So About fighting in school also, it was like I saw anyone who tell me something, I always like to fight or something. It had on me. So
Maybe it was like a friendly fighting, not
yes,
in a way of bullying.
yes.
Yeah.
With the friends, we were young,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
so my mom always tell me you should throw your energy at a gym. It's better for you. So I always wanted to join
Trying
boxing
to
club.
channel the energy, trying to have the fight in a more good way for you that
Yes.
will contribute on your career, which makes it more lovely. Of course, for you, our dear guests, we have more questions, but we have a short break. So for you, our dear viewers, stay tuned, and we'll be back.
And we came back again, dear viewers, with our two special guests for today, Mr. Mish'al Al-Fidji and also Mr. Adnan Al-Ghazwini, the champion. So we get back to you again. We're going to talk more about the championship and your champion field, let's say.
Which actually we have really special question on during the break. It comes up to my mind because there is something I need to know about. During the championship, you were pretty comfortable after the hard and dedicated training, but I needed to ask you something maybe people didn't know about, maybe only you. Were there any types of opponents that you were maybe thought that it's a little bit tough to face them or hard?
Yeah, of course, but I always believe in myself and believe in my coach, what he thinks about me. So he always tell me the truth and what is my game plan and what should I do in the fight. So of course the fear is there, but once you throw hands, you get more comfortable because you know that, okay, I'm get used to it.
Yeah,
I
it
get
did-
punched many times, so it's okay.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be really difficult after you dedicating almost your whole career. I mean, you originally is a nature in martial arts and also in physical combat since you were in school, as you said, which makes it even more easier for you.
Yeah,
Exactly. So, Mr. Mish'al, we know this fight, the fight actually boxing is really harsh. Let's say field about that. So, are there any age restrictions for fighters in the fight night 3?
So there's no restrictions.
No
Can
restrictions.
come from a baby born all the way to 90 years old. So there's fights for kids, there's fights for adults, depending on the ages and depending on the promotion. Obviously, ours was all about professionals. So professionals start around 18 and above. But for audience, anybody can attend.
Unless
Definitely.
they do some lot of a training and practicing for sure.
Yes.
And maybe reducing or gaining weight to choose which type of category, not choosing, they have to get on a type of category based on their weights.
Yes, based on how comfortable they feel in what weight category do they fight,
Yes.
Yes.
and this is what the fighters usually prepare for.
Because in my field of as I saw in the social media, when the bodybuilders or let's say the UFC champions or the boxing, they tried as possible as they can to have the weights on their body that suit them on the category that they can feel comfortable to go into, which if they needed to gain some weight or losing. So that's why we'll make it a little bit away from the age restrictions, which makes it even better. So for the next question for Mr. Adnan, how do you plan to build on this success? Because you had this remarkable championship and you had this belt, which congratulations on that. On the future, how do you want to build on that? Are there maybe, let's say, milestones or goals on the future based on that?
Yes, we actually talked about it with my coach that we are aiming to not only in Kuwait, that the people around the world, in the Middle East, everywhere that knows us, as that we are one of the best teams in the Middle East, if not the best. So
You can be one of the best, and of course, after this accomplishment, they should be fearing you, because there are some stars shining up in the sky is going to throw up, and you're going to rock the world. Exactly, because this is an accomplishment. So, if there's a next goal, are you coming up, let's say, to the World Championship?
why not? Why not? But right now I'm focusing on finishing my university so that I can fully focus on my career in boxing. And why not? We can. I know
And
that
you
there
will
are
be, yes.
many good boxers in Kuwait that they can accomplish. Just give them the push, that believe in them. They
Do
will.
you think it will be hard on you? Maybe.
I know that it will be more challenging. It will be harder, but we can. We can do it.
Mark my words, this guy in the next 10 years is going to be something big.
For
Inshallah.
sure.
Of course,
believe
we have
it.
believe on
Inshallah.
that.
We have belief on that. So, Mr. Mish'al, we would like to know, how does the fight 393 contribute to development on boxing and also on Muay Thai in Kuwait?
I think there's a lot of development and it's coming up. It has to be an effort from private sectors, the private gyms that are contributing in all these events, and by them, coaches putting an effort on the students that they have,
Yes.
is how they grow, and giving them exposure through KSP, which is the organizing company that does these events. And that's how they get exposed, they get the practice, and they get to grow and, you know, become somebody.
Exactly. So, also, can you tell us which kind of training and preparation to do the fighters should do before competing in the Fight Night 3?
So obviously they need a proper camp, which is approximately 6 weeks
Yes.
of preparation when it's a title shot or any kind of fight. Because if he has 6 rounds to fight, he has to be prepared for 10 rounds. The stamina, the composure, the conditioning, and the focus on what his target is. I'm going there for a kill. It's either I kill or I die.
Yes,
I kill or I die. That's amazing.
exactly.
So, Mr. Adnan, I know you have a role model and inspiration actually that give you and push you to do more and more. So, can you please share your secret about that?
So in the world of boxing, as a human, I always loved Muhammad Ali. But as a fighting style, I joined boxing because I liked Mike Tyson. I always loved it. And not only these role models, I have role models, my friends, even in the gym, like my friend Fadil Wakil. He is a very, very good fighter. So I always see him as an inspiration for me, that how he works hard. I always take advice from him also. So having this kind of partners in your gym is very, very important, that they push you to the limit.
Yes,
push you to the limit.
let's say, like rivals.
Yes.
That you will always trying to compete too, but in a more friendly way, without any hard feelings. There is one more special question that I'm really curious about. Did you guys ever thought about maybe, or did you do maybe competing in boxing together against each other?
Me and him? No
Yes.
way.
No
Who's gonna
way.
win? If you said no way, that means
He will win. The reason why is because he's the champ.
maybe he's the champ. Okay, so for you, Adnan, who do you think will win? And do you think that's going to be hard, or like maybe, let's say, easy match?
No, he wins.
No, I can't say it like that, but
There's a weight category difference.
yes, around us maybe. I think he's maybe in the light heavyweight or heavyweight. Me in the middleweight. Friend of mine.
I am an open weight.
And I think he left the sport of boxing like a passionate many years ago. So it's not fair.
Yeah,
not
yeah,
fair,
of course.
yes.
You are with competing and you just won in a championship, and for you, really focusing on the organization of the WBC as a president, which makes it even more remarkable.
Exactly. So, Mr. Mish'al, we know, as we mentioned, it's really a harsh, let's say, sport and really risky and dangerous. Are there any safety measures in place to protect, let's say, the fighters during the matches?
Always.
Always.
It's very important for the fighters to be healthy. They have to usually bring reports that they are totally healthy. They have no any heart diseases or any kind of problems health-wise, and that's how we can sign them off.
Okay.
So this is the rules and regulations of WBC. Obviously, this was a KSP night, so this is something different, something new. But when it comes to the WBC, actual belt, they will have to bring reports, MRIs, blood tests. They cannot be on any kind of, steroids or
Yes.
any different kind of medications. He has to be fully healthy, and that report has to be coming from a specialist doctors
Yes.
that will confirm to the organization that this athlete is capable of fighting, and there will be, no risks
Yeah.
of him
No.
being injured or dying in the in the ring.
Should the
course.
fighters actually do the annual checkups or only once before they
Annually, yes.
Annually, like each
Annually, yes.
every year,
So
let's say.
once we have a body, governing body for the organization,
Yes.
then the fighters pay for the license annually, and that is their health and checkups on a yearly basis, sometimes even every 6 months. Then you have committees that will come and check on them in case the fighter is taking any steroids or anything that is, any supplements that will help him become a different kind of monster.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
To be more
Which is-
advanced, and
yes.
the match after that will be unfair to the other fighters.
So because it
Exactly.
might affect him in future, it might affect him during the fight, and this is the risk that the organization always stresses about, never to.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly, and thank you for increasing the care about that, because it is something really important to talk about, to focus on. So as for the next question is actually for Adnan, our champion, our winner. We saw in the fight that there is a lot of kids gathered around you, and congratulating you on that. As everyone can know and feel on their eyes, their dreams right now is to look up to you and to follow your feet. So do you have, let's say, a special advice, maybe a special saying for them that they can hear, they can follow, so they can be more like you?
First of all, it's an honor for me if I am an inspiration for them. But one day I was like them, so I will just say it. Even if no one believes in you, believe in yourself always and chase your dreams. If you have something, you can see it in your mind, just do it. Go. Don't tell anyone about your dreams.
What about school?
Uh,
Should they take care of school more or fighting more? Because sometimes they would listen to that, and then they will
Yes.
ignore school a little bit, which will be also harmful to their future.
No, trust me, you should just have the knowledge. What they say, the foundations of the boxing. At least if you know it at 16, at 17, you will be much, much better. You will be better than someone who is 20.
Exactly, exactly.
Yes.
They should take care of the knowledge that they should have from boxing, and also they should take care of school. Try to study whenever you finish from studying and from your homeworks, and then you can focus more on fighting. They can go
Exactly.
and to maybe have subscription for a gym and focus more on their career.
Indeed, indeed, Abdul Latif. So, Mr. Mish'al, you spoke about, we mentioned about the ages, like any, let's say, any age can join the fight, the boxing. What about the qualifying, let's say, for the fighters in participating for the championship, let's say?
So there's no qualifications with us. It's a professional sport. We pick our fighters. The fighters we pick already have the experience, and
Yes.
the amateur fighters, they get qualified to, for example, fight for a golden medal, or become a champion in Asian Cups or whatever. What we do is we pick up those gold medalists that are coming up from amateurs, and we put them on a platform like this, which is professional sport, where this turns to be their careers, and they get paid for it. They grow from there. They start attracting sponsors. How they say that, they become the fashionistas of
Okay.
boxing
Yes.
and sports.
And
And I
develop it.
think this is what's needed in Kuwait. We need athletes to be the example of the future generations, to create another Nassim Hamid, for example.
Yes.
And there is talent. There's talents even in football. There's talents in basketball. There's talents in tennis. There's talents in swimming. And I've seen it in my eyes. I've seen a lady skating, ice skating, Dalal Badr,
Yes.
amazing skater, you know. And once I went, I took my kids, and I'm looking, wow, this is talent. And I went to her and I asked her, does anybody even know you? Like, why wouldn't you be recognized? And she goes like, you know, the federation, I don't know what.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is impossible, you know. These people, they really need exposure. They need to grow. They need to have that platform. And you know, I have the opportunity to represent WBC, and that's what we're trying to do here.
Yes.
Thank you.
Exactly.
And thanks to you, yeah, he found you. But elaborating on Dalal Badr situation, she was actually one of our guests to our previous show and called Achievements. She is a significant she has significant character
Yes.
and she has significant skills on ice skating, figure ice
She's an
skating.
amazing
And she
ice
is a winner,
skater,
yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
And
she won a lot of medals.
Exactly.
But as everyone knows, having a platform that's contributing on highlighting the future skills and talents, thank you for doing that.
The Kuwait
Exactly,
Sports
that-
Promotion,
WBC.
this is what they do. Kuwait
Yes.
Sports Promotion is not only boxing. We try and promote everybody, and we try and give that platform to anybody. And like you said, an amazing athlete, and she needs more recognition. And the more you
She will
guys
have.
She needs,
help
yes.
her, and she becomes somebody.
And this is the importance of media, Abdulatif. That's why we need to shed the light more on the, let's say, the champions, the artists. Here in Kuwait, we have such a great example, such a great
On
role
every
models
field.
here in Kuwait, in every field. That's a great. So, reach actually the end of our interview. We'd like from you to share any, like, let's say, last words for our dear viewers.
Starting with Adnan, of course.
Thank you for having me today, and thank you that you made me happy with this so that everyone will know that I won this amazing belt. And thank you for Mishal Fadji for also telling me about this interview. And I would like to give a special thanks to my coach Walid Malallah and my coach Mohammed Bousakhar, and also my mom and my brothers also. Thank you.
Greetings from us
Yes.
to them as well. And you, Mr. Mishal.
I want to say thank you for having me. You guys are an amazing
You're
people. I think we are very grateful to our sponsors for coming on board and making this happen. I think we are grateful to the athletes and the gyms that collaborated with us and gave the opportunity for those athletes to fight and shine, and the media to cover us and make sure that the world sees what we really have in Kuwait. And thanks to you guys, we are where we are, and we are very grateful. Thank you
You're
very
welcome.
You are
much.
most welcome.
You are really most welcome, because what we are doing is actually the least of we can do. And we're trying as possible as we can to shed the light and focusing on the future talents and also the current talents. Because we need to set a point to the world that we have an athlete from every field. Let's say if it was like a type of art or a field of type of sports or combats, we are on the future. We are having the best of the athletes that's coming up, that taking the world position of every field, inshallah, as
Exactly.
we're going to have it. I just wanted to say thank you for being here with us, to share your stories, to share your contributions to our country. We are so glad to have you.
Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
are too.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
So, big thanks, appreciation to our dear guests, Mr. Mishal Al-Fadji, and also our champion, Mr. Adnan Al-Qazwini. So, I guess, Abdulatif, we're going to have a report or a break.
Yes, and after that we're ending, but for right now, I think we're just ending. Because
Okay,
I don't
we
think
are
we have
ending.
any more
The time runs really
reports.
fast, actually.
Yes, yes, because I thought it's not over yet. For you, our viewers, we will see you for the next time, and goodbye for now.
Goodbye for now.